Hi everyone, and welcome to the very first 3DShook video tutorial. In this chapter, we will introduce you to the basic functions and feature of our online print tool. We have been developing this for quite a while now, and we know you're going to love it. The print tool is a powerful and much needed companion to your 3DShook experience, and we recommend getting familiar with it. Please note, we recognize some technical difficulties and issues on Safari browsers with our print tool. We currently recommend using Chrome or Firefox browsers for a full experience. In this chapter, we're going to learn the very basic functions of the print tool, as well as transform features, which allow us to position, rotate, and scale an item in 3D space. The print tool is a 3D environment which represents your 3D printer. Basically, it is the printer you entered when you first signed up to 3DShook, or by going to the My Account button. There, in printer setting, you can select the printer you use. Do note that selecting the wrong printer will result in failed prints, since there will be a size difference between your actual printer and the print tool. If you left click and drag your mouse around, you can rotate in the 3D world of the print tool. If you right click and move your mouse, you can move the world around left, right, top, and bottom. Combine the two to get your desired point of view. Scrolling with the mouse wheel will allow you to zoom your position in or out. We're going to need something to print to show the print tool, so I'm going to go browse collection, and you might want to look into our trial gallery, which has a nice selection of free designs to print. I'm going to click on it and the trial gallery is going to load up. You can see there's some really nice stuff to print and good challenges for your printer. I'm going to click on the hero mask here and it will open up the product page. Here you can read a short description. You can see important information such as time of print, whether it has support, raft, number of parts, etc. And once you click Add to Plate, the design is going to open up in the print tool. Now the first thing that you're going to see is our quality assurance warning. What this warning means is that the item is placed, scaled, and positioned on the print tool in a way that we tested it to guarantee its success. If you just download the file, slice it, and print it, you're going to get just about what we got when we printed the file, and that's our guarantee of printability. If you do change anything about the object, your results may vary, and we cannot guarantee that you get the same print that we got in our test. If you must change scale to adapt it to your printer, make sure you don't change any other parameter. This will guarantee a more successful print. Hitting the trash icon and selecting yes will clean up your print bed. If you want to bring back the item, guess what? Undo will do the trick. So Control Z or Command Z if you're on a Mac. Notice that if I click on the item, there's a bounding box that appears around it marked with red corners. This represents the volume that this item takes in 3D space of the print tool. We're going to talk first about moving the item around, and I'm going to click on the arrow icon. Notice here that I can turn grid snap on and off. I'm going to leave it off for now, but if I would turn it on, I'd get higher precision when positioning things one next to another. And if I click on the item or on the arrows, I can move it left and right, up and down on my print bed. If you look at the bottom of the print tool, you'll see sliders that allow you to move the item left and right, up and down with higher precision without touching it and using numeric values, whether in centimeters or inches. We currently do not allow lifting models above the surface of the print bed because it generally results in bad prints. Next we will talk about rotating. It's the round icon below the movement, and if I click on it, you'll note that I can rotate in fixed values or have the rotating snap off, which is what I'm going to select for freer smoother experience. So these 3 colored rings appear on my model and allow me to rotate it on the 3 different axes, whether it's the Z, the X, or the Y axis. Notice how no matter where I rotate or how much I rotate, there's always contact between one area of the model and the surface of the print bed. And that is to guarantee that there are no failed prints due to models being in the air or above the print bed. So our tool will always maintain contact between some part of the model and the surface. Also note how if I go out of bounds with my rotation, so I'm going outside of the print volume that my printer can build, the model is going to turn red, and that is to notify me that this will result in a failed print and I should rotate it back into the boundaries of what I can build. Remember that rotation will influence a lot how much support and what type of support your model is going to require in printing, and also the final result, so rotate wisely. In the bottom of the print tool we have again sliders that allow me to do precise rotation with numerical values, this time degrees. I can rotate on any one of the axes, and clicking on the cube icon above the sliders will rotate the model in precise 45 degrees increments. I find this quite useful. Next we're going to go to scale, and it's a little square dark icon below the rotation icon. I'm going to strongly recommend that you keep aspect on. You can of course turn it off and distort and twist the models around, but this won't help in any way. When I keep the aspect on, I'm scaling the model unanimously in all directions, and this allows me to keep its design. I can of course scale it way beyond my boundaries or to be very, very small. I have sliders in the bottom, but since we are keeping aspect on, it doesn't really matter whether I'm scaling from the sliders or from the model itself. The result is quite the same. Now let's say you did some manipulation on your model and you moved it around, you changed the rotation and the placement, and potentially you even changed the scale, but now you sort of regret it and you want to bring it back to where we recommended it for the best print. Clicking on the Reset All button will bring it back to the original position it was in when you first open it in the print tool, and will save you quite a lot of work of doing it manually. Once you're done manipulating, or if you decided to do nothing, you can hit on the blue Download File button in the top right corner to get your STL file ready to slice and print. That's all for our first tutorial. I hope you learned something and that you will start using the print tool in your work with the 3DShook collection. Thank you and goodbye.